My fellow Americans, I come before you tonight as a candidate for the vice presidency and as a man whose honesty and integrity has been questioned.
At this time, I have the honor to present to you the moral leader of our nation. I have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
I've always had the name on my passport, Malik el-Shabazz, only I only used it in the Muslim world. Well, Hajj is a title that is given to any Muslim who makes the pilgrimage to Mecca during the official Hajj season. I'll probably continue to use Malcolm X and I'll probably use it as long as the situation that produced it exists.
This nation was founded by men of many nations and backgrounds. It was founded on the principle that all men are created equal, and that the rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened.
I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream.
There is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions.
I have a dream. One day, this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed.
Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
I personally feel that my personal problem is never solved as long as the problem is not solved for all of our people in this country. So I remain Malcolm X as long as there is a need to protest and struggle and fight against the injustices that our people are involved in this country.
We must labor on, not towards a strategy of annihilation, but towards a strategy of peace.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper.
The United States, as the world knows, will never start a war. We do not want a war. We do not now expect a war. This generation of Americans has already had enough.
But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right.
It is impossible for the United States government to solve the race problems. Even in South Africa, those Africans aren't faced with bayonets and aren't faced with police dogs.
This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being, to be given the rights of a human being in this society, on this earth, in this day, which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary.
Get your hand out of my pocket! Get your hand out of my pocket, nigga! Get your hands out of my pocket! Get your hand out!
Brother, please, hold it. Calm down, please, brother.
One day, we will have to stand before the God of history, and we will talk in terms of things we've done. It seems that I can hear the God of history saying, that was not enough, but I was hungry, and ye fed me not.
Now, the usual political thing to do when charges are made against you is to either ignore them or to deny them without giving details. That I, Senator Nixon, took $18,000 from a group of my supporters. Now, was that wrong? And let me say that it was wrong. I'm saying, incidentally, that it was wrong, not just illegal.